Welcome back to the Texas Rundown. As always, I'm your host, Danson. I guess we named myself Hot Takes Roberts.
There we go. There we go. It sounds good.
To my left, I have JP Pancake P. Seal.
I'm back and better than ever.
On the
To my
flip
right,
side.
we have Ish Open Facts Reyna, because all of his facts are never true.
Mr. ESPN works.
If they're right, then he holds it to a fault. If they're wrong, he changes it and calls it an open fact.
Just call me Woj, man. I report the news.
You report the worst news.
Fake news, bro.
But anyways, tonight we're talking about most impressive and most disappointing NBA teams so far in this season. So, Ish, who do you have as your... We're going to start with most impressive.
Most impressive, we're going to go around the horn?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. My number one most impressive team right now has to be the Brooklyn Nets. They created the Monstars from Space Jam. Literally, they have an all-star team. I could go and lose breath. They have KD, Kyrie, Harden,
We do have
Blake
a time
Griffin.
limit on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to name off the roster.
Dude,
but
look,
it's-
Joe Harris?
You
Oh,
know,
man.
you joke.
That kid's a sniper.
Yeah, you
he's a sniper,
joke.
bro.
He's a starter.
He's
He's
one
a
of
sniper.
the best three-point shooters
What's funny is you
in
just
the
named
league right now.
Bruce Brown?
You just named 4 players and didn't even name him, and he's one of the best 3.
LaMarcus Aldridge, dude. He's pretty good,
LaMarcus Aldridge, Pringles, or as we like to call him.
Hey, dude, I don't like
Mike
to talk
Dan
about that. I'm very
Antoni.
upset. LaMarcus Aldridge, fuck you for not coming to my heat. Man, you said that we were your front runner, and then all of a sudden you bailed to the Nets. Sell out. You're a sellout. Hey, you
Was he locked in a room and
you-
held the door
hang on,
so
hang
he
on.
couldn't leave to
I will
sign
give,
the contract?
I'll give LaMarcus Aldridge the same opportunity as I gave Aaron Donald. Come fucking wrestle me in the backyard. I got
Wrestle.
your back.
All I have to say
I got
is,
you, man.
all
I got you.
all I have to say is
Come.
heat culture has left the Chad. Dude, continue.
No, I mean, they're stacked. And then
Fuck LaMarcus
being
Aldridge.
led at the helm by Steve Nash, 2-time back-to-back MVP coach. He's doing great. We all thought that this was going to blow up.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
talk about your favorite basketball
I
player.
don't think anyone thought this was going to blow up. This team
No,
was a stacked
no,
all-star team.
from
It was
the-
stacked before the season.
From the start of the
He was
season,
there
when
before Harden
KD
came
and
to town.
Kyrie were together, when KD and Kyrie
They
were
gave him
together,
Coach Simmons
you were like,
adversity.
Steve Nash cannot manage
Thank God
all
Harden
the
came,
personalities.
because
he
they
can't
can
manage
never play
LaMarcus
together.
Aldridge and Pringles, and then KD and Kyrie. There's just too many cooks in the kitchen. And then guess
Flat
what?
Earth boy
They got a third.
thinks that he's a coach,
Then they
too.
got a fourth. Then they got a fifth. These
Old
guys
Kyrie
are
Flat
amazing.
Earth Irving also thinks he's a coach.
I swear, if Brooklyn doesn't win GM of the year, I don't know who. This is the
Sean Marks
best
has done a good job.
GMing since Jerry West orchestrated the
All
entire
right,
Golden
wrap
State.
it up. I know you said you could go all day, but we need to hear JP's.
All right,
most impressive.
Beyond, they're going to win the finals. There we go.
All right, my most impressive team,
wrong.
I'm going to say LeBron's running mate on all those teams where he made it to the finals and won a few championships, lost a bunch too. James Jones in Phoenix, he's done an amazing job orchestrating the roster. The CP3 trade has totally turned this franchise around. They were a team that was a borderline playoff team to a team that's contending for the top spot in the West. This team's been very impressive. I mean, they got a super deep team.
I mean, they're not gonna win it,
You got
but-
Booker, you got CP3, you've got Bridges, you got Ayton,
I
you got Cam Johnson.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm agreeing with them.
This
They're
team
not
is
gonna win.
great. Oh, no, I don't. Do I think this team's going to win the
They're not
championship?
gonna win.
I don't think they're going to win the championship. I'm
They're
saying
not
most
even gonna get
impressive.
to the
They went
finals.
literally from being a team that didn't make the playoffs to a team that might even get the top seed in the West.
They're not gonna get the
That's
top seed.
impressive.
The Nets went
They
from
could beat out the
might
Jazz.
be
That's
able to
definitely
compete
possible.
against the Lakers
That's
to
definitely
winning
possible.
the championship.
So I'm
That's
just saying
an
this
impressive
team.
boost.
No, I'm just saying that this team, what they've been able to do. Chris Paul, point guard, everywhere he goes, success follows. I mean, he's turned on so many different franchises. I mean, he took the Rockets to the next
He's a
level.
journeyman because nobody
took-
wants him.
Nobody wants him. Are you kidding me? He dragged that OKC team last year to the playoffs. They were a decent team, but
Yo,
he took that
what-
team to
what
the
did he
playoffs,
do in
and they
Houston
almost beat the
again?
Rockets.
He did-
Oh,
he
he
did actually
almost
do
beat the
that.
Golden State Warriors.
Almost.
Yeah, because he got injured. If he'd been healthy, he would
kicked his
have.
ass out of Houston for how bad he played.
No, the second season, but the first season,
Oh,
they had the
no,
Warriors on the
let's-
ropes.
let's have
They were
some
up 3-2.
revisionist history.
I was about
But
to
back
say.
to the Suns team. This is a team that went from being a non-playoff team
You're
to a
pulling
team
a
that's
bag out of
contending to the top.
Ish's
I'm about to
This
say,
bucket.
team,
you're
this
being
team has been
pancake
super
seal.
impressive. How is this team not the most
Pancake
impressive?
Pancake
How?
You know
the
how?
Nets were
You know
expected
how?
to be good.
It's because look at where the
Nets are doing
Utah
exactly
Jazz
what we
were
thought they
last
should.
year, and look at where the Utah Jazz
Yes, they're a
consistent-
playoff team. They're a playoff team that
the
did
most-
a little bit better, yes.
The most consistent team in the NBA this year.
And they've been
They're
kind of
the
falling out
most
recently.
consistent.
The Suns literally beat them
they
the other
lost a
night.
few games.
The Suns beat them the
They
other
lost a
night,
As
few
too.
we know,
games.
every team's going to have their up and
Yeah, the
downs.
Mavs also lost to the Rockets. Are you going to say the Rockets are better than the
It's a
Mavs?
thing now in
I don't
the
know. The
NBA.
Mavs aren't real contenders.
Play-
so maybe.
They're not. They are pretenders, but
Players don't play a full 82-game season anymore. Even on a shortened season, they don't play the full year round. With that being said, who do you got, Danson?
I got the Jazz. I just said it.
Jazz.
I mean, they were a solid team last year. They got through the second round maybe. They got bumped in the second round in the bubble.
They choked against the Nuggets. So the Nuggets they choked 3-1. They actually lost in the first round last year.
First round, yeah.
3-1.
And now they are the most consistent team in the NBA by far. Like, it's not even close. They're the most consistent. They've produced the same product every game, and they continue to beat.
No, I mean adding Bogdanovich,
contending NBA team.
Bogdanovich and Michael Conley's finally fitting in with Donovan Mitchell. They look very scary.
Yeah, man, look at that team.
They've got a bunch of snipers.
You got Michael Conley. You got Donovan Mitchell. You got Rudy Gobert, who
is going under the radar as a 1 seed, which is pretty wild.
Nobody's hyped about that.
The depoy this year is going to be Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I mean, he always.
I mean, the guy is just a block machine.
No, he is really good.
It's just.
I mean, he blocked the NBA from continuing the season last year. I mean, he's the DPOY.
He shuts everybody down, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You better watch out for that microphone there. He might touch that one.
If he can shut an entire league down, what do you think he's going to do it against an individual team?
Hopefully, he doesn't choke away a 3-1 lead again. So who we got as your most disappointing team, Ish?
We need to run through this.
I'll be fast because it's easy. It's going to be Jansen's Miami Heat, right?
Oh, my God, dude. Have you seen the strides we made since the beginning of the season?
They went from going to the NBA Finals to being sixth in the East. Bro, they're in the East. How are they not a higher seed?
They were a lower seed last year, and look what they did. They got to the damn finals.
And where they got their asses handed to them.
Did they?
And then they barely won.
Bro, tell me your Mavs could play that.
They barely
Tell me
won.
your Mavs could play 6 games against the Lakers.
They barely won against the Lakers without an AD or LeBron James. Last night, they barely won by 6 points.
Good point.
This is not a finals team. They should be up there. They should be better. They're doing awful. Adding Victor Oladipo has not helped him. He's injured again. He's on the mend. Overall, this organization is just very disappointing.
How's it disappointing, man? We're adding players.
I thought you were doing something awesome, and you're not doing it great. But I'm passing it over to JP.
I'd say the most disappointing
before
team.
You start,
absolutely.
Can you just repeat what you just said about the Mavs?
You said
versus the Heat.
You said we were talking about the Mavs. The Mavs wouldn't survive 6 games with the Lakers like the Heat did. They couldn't even survive. They made it 6 games against the Clippers.
From last postseason.
Yeah, because we had an injured KP. I told you that.
No, I mean
you guys for the most part
you know what that sounds like?
A pretty
that
clear
sounds
roster.
like an open fact to me.
KP hasn't. He's played at most 15 games this season. You can check it up.
We're talking about
I'm talking about last season. KP didn't play most of the season. I don't know what you want me to say.
He was playing against
the Clippers didn't even want to be in the bubble, dude.
They didn't even want to play. And then
Beverly was banged up.
So y'all beat a team
Trev missed a bunch of time too.
Y'all couldn't beat a team that didn't even want to be there.
Clippers had their issues too.
Anyways, go ahead.
May I go back to my most disappointing? My most disappointing team is the Boston Celtics. What a disappointing and embarrassing team. You hear all these Boston sports fans hyping this team up. People talk about Jason Tatum in the same breath they talk about with Luka Doncic, which is embarrassing and sad. When you watch the Celtics team play, it's a bunch of kids that all want to play iso ball and take the poorest shot possible. And then you see they had a guy like Kemba Walker you thought maybe would take this team to the next level. And you see with Kemba, he doesn't fit in with these guys. Marcus Smart wants his shots. Then Jaylen Brown wants his isos. Jason Tatum wants his isos. This team has no bench either.
Oh, man. Brad Stevens might even go back to college.
Yeah, he's going to at this rate. They're battling. This Celtics team is battling.
He wanted the UNC job.
No, they're battling for relevant.
Calm down.
This Celtics team.
No current NBA head coach is going to go back to college.
That's not
utterly
true.
ridiculous.
There's plenty that I think that would go back to college for the right job.
Woj addressed this, and even Brad Stevens came out and said, "I'm not going to dignify."
Here goes Ish hijacking another segment.
The thing is, he'll get fired.
It's just the truth.
Let's be real. Who's been a better
truth.
coach than Brad Stevens this year? Tibbs in New York. New York has basically the same record as the Celtics with way less talent. And then you look at this Celtics team, it's so sad. This team should be a top 3 seed every year. And this team is barely struggling to stay above 500 with 2 All-Stars and a former All-Star and a guy who's a constant Defensive Player of the Year nominee and Marcus Smart. This team, despite having no depth, should be way better than they are, and Boston
100%.
should be ashamed of this team.
And that's on Brad Stevens.
This team sucks.
Brad Stevens, you suck. But my disappointment, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet, it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. They got on a heater before, but you know what? You lost to the Houston Rockets. A team that is intentionally trying to tank, and I'm going to end it there because I don't even need to go any further. You lost to the Houston Rockets. You're the most disappointing team in the league. I thought you were going to do something. I actually like the Mavs a little bit, but I'm done with them, man. After that Rockets game, Y'all are done. Y'all are done forever. Like, you're not going to build anything
You
else,
gotta do
Luka.
the John
You're not
Wall,
gonna
right? You gotta do the John Wall, right?
do the John Wall. John Wall.
Take Commander John Wall.
Anyways, that's all I have to say on that because the Mavs
That's a hot
suck.
take. That's a hot take.
I mean, they suck, dude. They lost to a team that's tanking. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're wrapping this up now because Ish could go on for 15 more minutes about this.
I could.
And so thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support, and we will come to you shortly on another segment. Thank you.
Like, comment, and share.
Let's
Thank
go
you.
rundown.